Hi, everybody. It is me, Coach Ebony Nicole, on this beautiful Monday evening in Rochester, New York, where it's cold. It was snowing. Now it's done. And here we are. My name is Ebony Nicole Smith. I am the writing coach to coaches, clergy, consultants, and instructors. As a result of what I do, my clients have their books in hand in as little as 6 months. If you know someone who wants to write their book, who already has written their book and needs a publisher, tell them to come check me out. You can find more information about who I am and what I do via my website, www.ebonynicolesmith.com. Also, you can go, if you have any questions for me, you can send me an email to info@ebonynicolesmith.com. So tonight, this is the third Becoming Bold in Your Storytelling Facebook Live. I have on here, I'm waiting for my friend to pop up. Her name is Maryann. She is down in Florida, and she will be joining us. Hello, Geralda. How are you? Let me see if I can get Maryann on here really quickly so we can talk to her about how she became bold in her storytelling. We were, let's see. Hold on one moment. I'm sorry. I'm going to get her on here. So she's been invited, so we're going to wait for her to pop up and join us. Hello to everybody that's coming on. I welcome you to Becoming Bold in Your Storytelling, where we're going to share with you what it takes to be bold enough to say, you know what, I lived it, I've overcome it, I'm victorious in it, and now I want to share it. I want to teach people how to get over something that I had to deal with. Because we know that our story is not just for us. Hey, Maryann, I'm going to bring you on. I'm going to bring you on now. So give her a few more seconds and she shall be on live with us. It said adding, should accept it. It should allow you to accept the invite. Well, while that is working out, again, I'm Ebony Nicole Smith, your writing coach. Hi. Do you have something else open?
I don't think so.
Because it's happening again. Every time I do a live, I get feedback. By myself, I'm okay. But someone else comes on, I get feedback.
Let me see if I can put the headphones on, probably.
So let me see, is it working? Still doing it? No, it's not doing it now. Can you hear?
Is that any better?
Yeah, that's better. Okay, yeah, Gerald, I think that was what she needed, the headphones. Okay, awesome. So I will remember that going forward because it was a lot of feedback last time you were doing it. So again, everyone, this is our book. We released it in January, this past January, Women Inspiring Nations. It's a collection of stories, vignettes from 23 women across the United States who shared a story about how they went from struggle to success. And Maryann, her chapter is called The ABCs Were Not For Me. So what I'm going to do, Maryann, is I'm going to read a snippet, and then I will allow you to introduce yourself to everyone here. And again, I encourage you to please like and share the video. Please, please, please do that for us. So let me see here. I'm going to read. Okay, so she says here in her story, by the time I entered high school, I had been labeled a juvenile delinquent in and out of detention centers. High school was an awful experience for me. I had no role models, no mentors, no one to turn to. I found solace with those I identified with, the outcasts. Maryann,
Yes.
how did you become bold to share that part, just that little part, that school wasn't for you? How did you do that?
You know, it's interesting because over the years I've thought about, writing a book and how much I wanted to share. And because I wasn't sure how individuals, particularly my family, how they would react to it, I always held back. And it wasn't until I heard a coach say, and I actually think it was Cheryl from the first book that I did,
Sure,
Healing
Holland.
Sisters. Yep.
Yes,
And she stated that our stories are about us, but they're not for us.
they're not for
And
us.
I
So
heard
before you
that, yes.
continue, I forgot
Hmm.
to let you introduce yourself just that quick. So, Maryann, tell us who you are. Yes, honey, I got my little notes, but I skipped that part. Forgive me.
It's
So
okay.
tell us who you
It's
are and
okay.
a little bit about yourself.
Okay, so I am Maryann Rivera-Dannert. I am known as the Fearless Living Coach, where I inspire,
Hmm.
motivate, and empower women to live life according to their truths and step
Hmm.
aside from their limiting beliefs. I am a two-time
Right.
best-selling co-author. I am
You're,
currently
you're
working
what?
on my solo book,
You're a
two-time
two-time what?
best-selling co-author,
Uh,
best-selling
yes.
co-author. I am working on my solo book, which will be out in August. That's my plan.
Yes.
So I'm claiming it. I am currently
Yes,
living
yes.
in Central Florida. I am a native of Rochester, New York. Let's see what else. I
Yes.
am married, have three children, one granddaughter. I'm
Hmm.
also a senior consultant with Mary Kay, but my focus is working with women and helping them realize what their limiting beliefs are, that there's no truth
Yeah.
to those limiting beliefs, and step out in fear and be fearless.
And step out in fear. Step
And
out in
step out.
fear. And you did that by writing this story, by
Yes.
sharing this particular story. You stepped out of your fear, stopped worrying about what people were going to think, and you just did it.
Yes.
So what was that initial when you put that pen to paper and fingers to laptop when you decided what you were going to share? What was that moment like for you?
It was difficult, but then
Mm-hmm.
I focused on the positive. So this particular book, Women Inspiring Nations, our stories focus on a struggle that we had and how we turn that struggle into a
Mm-hmm.
success. And oftentimes
Mm-hmm.
women go through things in life, and they feel because of those things, those decisions, that they can't move forward. And for me, I'm not giving
Right.
obviously too much from the story, but I did drop out of high school. But in December of 2019, I will be graduating with my master's degree.
Look at that.
Yes.
From a high school dropout to a master's degree recipient.
Yes.
Hello, somebody.
Yes.
So it's never too late. It's
Correct.
never too late. It doesn't matter how you started. What matters is that you finish and you proceed,
Yes.
you go on.
Yes.
So, what was your success struggle from success was the educational aspect. How does
Yes.
that translate to your business? So, as an entrepreneur, we have those days, weeks, months, maybe years where we struggle.
Yes.
So it's
Mm-hmm.
like, okay, Lord, where are the clients?
Right.
I got this business together and
Mm-hmm.
where are the clients? So how did the struggle with high school translate to starting your business and being a coach and being a senior representative for one of the largest um, uh, beauty makeup companies in the world? How did that happen?
Yes. So I will have to say again, it was difficult, not so much difficult, but it was a path that, and I encountered a lot of obstacles. A lot of them were internal
Yeah.
obstacles, fear of not being good enough, people not listening to me, people not seeing me as a role
Mm-hmm.
model or a mentor, just basically
Mm-hmm.
low self confidence, low self esteem. And for me, what it was that in listening to my friends and speaking to my friends, I always felt that hearing similarities in their stories and their current situations, not
Mm.
feeling worthy, not feeling good enough, lacking self esteem, and basically just living their current lives because of things that happened in their past and just being stuck.
Yeah. Yep.
And I always felt I used to have a lot of friends come to me and still do, asking me for
Hmm.
advice and someone just to just talk to. And from there, it was just organically and it's just developed from there.
Yeah, because it's just naturally you. And
Yes.
I have a few people that I call safe, that
Mm-hmm.
I could come to you and I can pour out my heart
Yes.
knowing that I'm pouring it out to you and you're not going to pour it into somebody else.
Correct.
And
Yes.
so they find that safety in you because the closer
Mm-hmm.
you get to the closer we get to our friends, the more, you know what, I'm safe. And I can
Right.
tell you the matters of my heart and share these deeper things with you, and you're not going to say, girl, Maryann told me
Right.
this. No, they're safe with you, so they're able to share those things with you. And
Mm-hmm.
that's, I don't want to say it's rare, but it's rare.
Yes, it
It's
is.
very rare.
And
It's
I
very
actually
rare.
taught one of my friends that. I remember, you remember back home when I used to have my little small groups with the girls. Um,
Yes, we had so much fun.
I remember one time, just a couple of us got together and we were talking about this, is how sometimes people will ask us, oh, well, did you hear about so and so? Did you hear what was going on? And they were like, how do you deal with that? And I would just
Yeah,
simply say, my response normally is, you knowing this information, how is that going to empower you as an individual? How is that going to make your
right,
life better? If it's not,
right.
you don't need to know.
You don't, and that's just
Hmm.
like useless information.
Right.
Why am I taking in this information? If so
Right.
and so, like I have a friend who's leaving, she's moving, and she just told me on Thursday, I think. And I'm like, wait a minute, what do you mean you're moving? She's moving. And I'm like, moving? She was like,
Yeah.
yeah, I leave on Tuesday. Tomorrow, Tuesday. I'm like, girl, wait a minute. Let me pull my hair back real quick, take off these earrings, because we
Oh,
about to go
wow.
at it. But she wanted to tell people her at her time.
Right.
And so when she told me, I didn't tell anybody else, but
Hmm.
everybody knows she's leaving out. But I
Right.
didn't tell anyone else because I don't know who she wanted to know,
Hmm.
that she was leaving, the city. But
Yeah.
I think when it comes to, did you hear what so and so said? Well, they didn't tell me. So
Hmm.
what you're going to provide to me is a watered down version
Right.
of their truth. And now I gotta go back and sift through, well, she said, and he said, come on, after 25, we shouldn't
Yeah.
be doing he said, she
Right. Yes.
said.
And
Not at all.
unfortunately, it still exists. Hmm.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
It does. It
Yeah.
does. So I have a question.
Okay.
Sometimes in our life, we could want to take out certain things in your journey. If you could relive, take something out or change it, would you?
I've often have pondered around this question, and sometimes I feel that yes, I would.
Hmm.
One thing that I am very proud of is that all three of my children, well, my last one, she'll be a senior at the end of the year and graduates
Yes.
next year. But the older two have graduated from high school
Okay.
and
Okay.
have gone to the prom. That's something I never got
Hmm.
to experience. So
Oh
sometimes I think
yeah.
about that. I'm like, oh, sometimes like, oh, I wish I would have went to my prom and things like that.
Yeah.
But I think that any little shift in any of my path from then till now, maybe it would have led to where I am today, and maybe not. And
Maybe
today
not.
I
Yeah.
feel that I am living my best life. I have the most amazing husband,
He
great
is
friends.
awesome. Aw.
Thank you. I live in the Sunshine State.
Listen,
So I don't think I
don't
would
do
change
it.
anything. I wouldn't change anything.
Okay. Don't be talking about the Sunshine State because it
I'm
was
sorry.
snowing. I had snow in my car this morning, and when I left, there was none. I'm like, did we just go through a season? I
April
don't.
Fools.
It did. So sometimes I get a lot of clients as a writing coach, and they're worried about what their family and friends are going to say when they release their story. That,
Hmm.
you said earlier, that was a concern of yours.
Yes.
What would you say to them? What would you tell someone that says, Maryann, you were so bold in your storytelling,
Hmm.
and I thank you for sharing it, but how can I tell mine? How would you answer that?
You
Like,
know.
be bold, because
Hmm.
I could tell you to go ahead and be bold in your storytelling, but
Yeah.
it's really an act. It's something you
Right.
have to physically do. You can say it up here, but if you don't move, it
Yeah.
won't happen. So what would you tell someone? We have a few people that are coming on and off, and if they ever wanted to write a story about their lives, to teach with their life, to motivate with their life, but they have that block, what would you tell them?
I will have to probably echo the words of my favorite author, Elizabeth Gilbert, who's the
Hmm.
author of Eat, Pray, Love. She said that
Hmm.
that everyone has two books within themselves, within them. One is a
Ooh.
healing book, so it's just for you and your eyes only and your higher power.
Ooh.
The other book, which could be the same, but just omitting certain things if need be, is for other people, to provide healing for other people. So I would just say pick up a notebook,
Ooh.
get a pen, and just write. Just write. Don't stop.
Just
Don't think
right.
about it. Don't edit. Just write.
Mm-hmm.
And when you're done, when you just take that last deep breath and you say, I'm done, see how you feel. Do you feel that it needs to be shared with others? Does it need to be shared with the world? And just let that inner feeling guide you.
See, that's beautiful. With the two books in you,
Hmm.
because writing is therapeutic.
Yes.
It really is. And I said before, even if you just print the book, just one copy for yourself, that's the first book. You can
Right.
just print it for yourself and say, I'm a published author. I printed one book.
Right.
That's it. And then, like you said, you can edit it
Hmm.
later after the manuscript is completed and then decide, you know what? I'm not really ready to share that.
Right.
Maybe not that either. So you can
Hmm.
take those things out. I think that is one aspect that my clients face is, am I oversharing or am I, not sharing enough? And it's like, well, you do realize there's no statute of limitations on some things. So
Right.
we don't want to share those things.
Hmm.
And then a lot of my clients are public figures, either in their own city, in their state, or across the nation, and some
Right.
across the world. So you have to be
Respectful. Yeah.
responsible
Hmm.
what you share because of your respective platform.
Right.
So
Hmm.
that's a great, that was great.
Yeah.
One book to share with others and heal them, and then just one
For
for
yourself.
yourself.
Hmm.
So you said you're going to release your book August this year.
Yes.
Okay. Tell us about that book.
Oh,
What
so
was that face?
so many people are listening, so I have to really do it now.
Yes. So when is the book coming out again? I'm sorry, I didn't hear that.
Oh, August 2019.
August 2019. August when?
2019. Yes.
2019. What? What's going to
August.
happen in 2019?
Four
Okay.
months.
Okay. I'll just check that. I just want to make sure I heard you correctly.
4 months. Yes.
So tell me, what is this book about?
This book is about me. It's about different obstacles that I have encountered throughout my life, where I'm at today, how I've overcome those obstacles, and just providing um, advice, suggestions, um, being very, very vulnerable in certain
Hmm.
in some chapters. But
Hmm.
again, I feel that I'm not the only one going through these things. I know that for a fact.
Right.
And so
Right.
often we struggle by ourselves because we feel that no one is going to understand us. No one has been through what I'm going through. And even
Hmm.
if I impact one life, if I impact a million lives, um, I'm going to write the book. Well, I've already started, so I'm going to finish the book.
Absolutely.
Yes.
You're going to finish it. And
Yes.
that's the thing. When you have, so it sounds like you're going to teach with your life. It sounds like you're going to be able to, like, this is what I've been through. This is
Hmm.
how I got in there. This is how I got out of it. And you could take these tips and apply it to your life accordingly.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
See, and that's what people need to really understand when you're writing a book
Hmm.
based on your life, is that it's you went through all of that. You might as well help somebody
Correct.
else. And
Yes.
it's never just you. It's never, as believers in Christ, we know that this walk is not just for us, and that there's somebody somewhere that's like, nobody understands me. But as soon as you open your mouth,
Hmm.
as soon as you put pen to paper or fingers to laptop,
Right.
they're like, oh, so it's not just me? Wait a minute.
Hmm.
Because it's like with Womb Sisters, when you guys did that, it was like 15 of you.
15.
What was
Yes.
it?
15.
15 of you?
Yep.
They all had these same issues,
Right.
but various same thread, but
Correct.
woven differently.
Yes.
And so
Hmm.
you got an opportunity to see, no, I'm not truly alone. And so, like with this anthology, Women Inspire Nations, we all have different struggles,
Yes.
but we
Hmm.
all succeeded
Right.
despite of those things.
Hmm.
And that's when you write a story based on your life, you don't have to find start all the way. Well, I was born in
Correct.
1982 to Vivian Smith and Lindsay Terry, in Rochester. It was cold that
Hmm.
November. You don't have to go through all that,
Right.
because what you do is fine. Because that could be, I don't want to read. Come on, I'm gonna skip pages at that point. But what you do, I do. Like the Michelle Obama book, beginning was like, okay, Michelle,
Yeah.
just still talking about this.
Yeah.
um, but what I recommend when you are writing a story about your life is to pick one moment that defines your whole life
Right.
and base your story around that. And so it keeps you on track. So you're not, if I want to write an experience about like my book, Heart Attacks Happen, I'm doing that later on this year. Ooh, yes, I'm doing that one. But it's not going to be released until February next year. So I still got
When?
time.
When?
February of
Of when?
2020.
All right now.
2020 February.
Nice.
No date,
Nice.
but 2020 February.
Nice.
That's my goal. Lord be with me on that one. But I picked the thread of the heart attacks, and that's why I wrote, in my chapter, Heart Attacks Happen, about emotional heart attacks from various relationships. And so I didn't go back to 1982 November.
Right.
No, I just started at 8. This is what happened, and then it proceeded from there. So what you doing that with your life, you writing these different things that happen and how people can get out of them and how they can be inspired, I think is a great thing, because they'll be able to look at you and say, yeah, she went through that. Look where she is now. She's a coach. She's a two-time
Best-selling.
best-selling author. Yes.
Yes.
And she has her own book coming.
Right.
And she's also a senior director, was it?
Senior consultant.
Senior consultant for one of the biggest makeup companies in the world. If she can do that, so can I.
Correct.
So can I. So Lisa says on here, your strength to overcome is someone else's courage. Yes, Lisa.
Very
Yes. Shannon says your experiences are sometimes meant for others. And that is absolutely true. Absolutely. Because when you go through something, if you look around, you'll find somebody who's been through it who can help you out. So it's only right that you pay it forward.
Right. And
It's only
oftentimes we have to step outside from our circle of close friends,
Yes.
family, to be able to have that support and that understanding, because sometimes family and friends, they're like, what? That ain't happen.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Because they're trying to tell you, when it comes to writing and being bold, you do have to be careful who you share your story with. When you right before you even birth it.
Right.
Because people can kill your unborn story before you even had an opportunity to buy more notebooks.
Right.
They can talk you right out of it. Well, it didn't happen that way, baby. No, this is my truth. This is how it happened. Yep. So that's phenomenal.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for sharing your story and how to become bold and encouraging others to do the same, because we need people to tell their story. It's so important, because you never know who's going to pick it up. Like you said, you can inspire one person or a million. You never know whose life you're going to change, because people just see us as we are here, but you don't know those dark days where it was like, I got to get out of bed, or Lord, you're still letting me breathe right now. You didn't take me in the middle of the night. It's you just don't know. Just don't know. And so I thank you so much. For a signed copy of your book, where can people go?
Okay, before I say that, so I'm going to, I think you already know this, I
you.
told you. Huh? Can you hear me?
No, you kind of went out for a minute, but go
Oh,
ahead.
okay. In May, I'm going to be going to China for 10 days, part of the school program that I'm in. Some of my classmates, I'm taking a couple of my books, and somebody in China is going to buy a copy. And then I'm going to be able to say I'm an international best-selling author.
Yes! Honey, that is awesome. Absolutely. Absolutely. That is awesome. That is, you better work.
Right?
And take a picture of them.
I am.
Like, listen, hello, you just purchased my book. I'm an international author now.
Yes.
Hello, somebody. So when are you going to China?
May 7th through 16th.
Oh, so you're good, because when your book comes out in August, you can put in there. So when your book comes out in August, you can put on there international author.
Best-selling author. Yes.
Yeah. So we got international author in the making on our Facebook Live.
Yes.
I feel so honored. Yes, Javon, we're glad you're enjoying this. Please like it and share.
Yes.
We are almost nearing the end, but is there anything else, because I do want you to tell people where they can get a signed copy of your book, and also there's any last words for anyone on the live that may see it now and later, what would you say? What do you want to leave them with?
So I want to leave everyone with just realize that what happened to you, what you might have endured when you were 5, 6 years old, 15, 20 years old, you are not at fault. It does not define you.
Say it one more time.
It does not define you. It's a part of you, but it is not you. Like Psalms 139:14 says, you are fearfully and wonderfully made. That's my encouragement.
And you said it's not their what? You said it's not their what?
It is not their fault.
You said they're not at what?
It's not their fault. It is not their fault. That is the biggest thing. It is not your fault, and it does not define you. Yes.
People don't even get that part. I just want to say hallelujah. I'm just going to throw that in there. Hallelujah. Thank you, Jesus. It's not my fault.
Yes.
8 nor 12 was not my fault. Thank you, Lord. Yes. I want you to let everyone know where they can get a copy of a signed copy of your book.
So people can go to my website, Maryann Rivera-Dannert.com, which is MaryanRivera-Dannert.com. And you can purchase it there, and you will get a beautiful copy of the book, autographed with a personal message, and a really cute bookmark that I made with a full of affirmations and a mantra. Yes, I did.
You made bookmarks. Now, see, now I'm slipping. Come on, Maryann. Bookmarks. Well, I'm going to tell y'all already know, y'all can go to my website, effieNicoleSmith.com, to order a signed copy of the book for me as well. I don't have bookmarks. I don't have bookmarks. So, but my signature, give me a couple more years. My signature will be worth something. Okay, it will be
worth something now.
Thank you for sharing. Okay, yeah, put your email, your website on there. But yeah, give me a couple years. My signature will be worth something. So doing these lives, I always want to leave the viewers with a key to effective writing. And tonight I want to leave one, the money factor. So as a writing coach, there are fees to what I do, but it does not cost a thing to actually write. How much did it cost you to write, Maryann? Thank you. I'm sorry. Say that because I don't know sign language. How much was that? Zero.
Zippo.
So,
nada.
you want to write a book. I don't care if it's now I always say crock pots because I'm a crock pot queen. I have 5 crock pots. I use them. I love them. So if you want to write a book about crock pots, go right ahead. It's not going to cost you anything. Your actual costs come in when you start to publish, or if you hire a coach like me to help you through those hurdles and, structure your book and things like that. But the actual publishing is where your fees come in. So do not get hung up on the actual cost of writing, because there isn't one. So the money factor is not something that you should be focused on right now when you are wanting to write a book, because I'm telling you, you never know who God's going to send your way when you write that last period, cross that T, dot that I. As soon as you hit the end button, it is done. It is finished, like Jesus said.
Yes.
3 days later, I just want to bless you with X amount of money. That's exactly what I needed to publish my book.
Right.
You won't get that if your book isn't written. You can't get that if you don't give God something to bless. Right. So if you want to write a book, do not let money be a reason why you don't, because it's really not important until you transition to the actual publishing part. Then that's where all your fees come in. But if you serve the God that we serve, or maybe you don't, but you never know, he can still bless you, because he's no respectful person. So he can still bless you. And just write it. Just like Maryann said earlier, just do it. Just write it out. So you never know what's going to happen once you do. So I just want to say thank you to everyone who popped on, and oh, that was my alarm. So we are at the 30-minute. Listen, I haven't learned because you don't know, honey. I can go. I can just go and go, okay? On these Facebook Lives. Just had to have a reminder, like, okay, bring it in. But I want to say thank you to everyone who has commented, liked, and shared the video. I'm going to upload it. Maryann, I'll upload it to my YouTube page, and I'll send you the link there so you can share it with your social media and put it on your page. Again, Maryann's email is, or website is in the long text, and my website is ebonynicolesmith.com. We are the co-authors of a recently released book, Women Inspiring Nations, Volume 2, for how we tell our stories, how we went from struggle to success, along with 23 other women. And we just really want people around the city, the state, the country, and the globe to be inspired and to know for a fact, without a doubt, you are not alone. There is a way out of it. Just like how you got into it, there's a way out of it. Let us help you. You got anything else, Maryann, before we sign off?
Well, thank you very much for this opportunity. It was a lot of fun. And for all the people who are still live with us, those that will be watching later, just remember to live a fearless life. You got this.
Yes, fearless living coach. Work, work. Yes. Thank you all so much. You all have a blessed night. Thank you. I will see you next Monday with our next guest at 8 p.m. sharp, 8:30 rather. See, I'll be on here live 30 minutes early. 8:30 at 8:30 next Monday as we talk to another co-author of our book about how to become bold in your storytelling. You all have a blessed night. Thank you.